Hey everybody and welcome to Chairman of the Board. Today I'm going to talk about a small push your luck style game called Push. Now instead of me just waffling on about it, I thought I'd show you how it's played. The game is for 2 to 6 players and comes in this very small little plastic box that doesn't fit on your shelf too well. And basically it's a dice that you get and a big deck of cards. Okay, so a player's turn is going to consist of this. They are going to draw cards from the top of the deck. They're numbered from 1 to 6 and you have 5 different colours, I believe. So what you're going to do is you're trying to, well, you have the ability to make 3 different columns of cards. If you draw a card like this, it basically means that the order which you collect cards is reversed. Normally it's clockwise, but if you draw this, the direction changes, so it will go anti-clockwise right now, like so. So I'm going to keep drawing. So what I can do is I can put these in columns, but I cannot duplicate a number or a colour in the same column. So I'm going to keep going like so. Oh, the player directions changed back again. So I've drawn a 4. And as you can see, I've got 3 red cards here. So as soon as I draw another red card, I would go bust, which means that I don't get to draw a card, take a stack of cards, but the other players will in the order that this is facing. So I'm going to keep pushing and see what we get. Oh, the direction switched again. We've got a 3 here. That's the, I'll put it on that one because I've got a yellow, green and a red. If I draw a card like this, this means that the player who takes that row of cards or that column of cards is going to have to roll this dice and lose any cards that they have of that colour on their bench. And I'll explain what that means in a second. So let's say this player said, look, I've had enough, I think I'm going to, I feel like I'm going to draw another red. So what I would do is I would take the column that I want. So for example, I'll take this one and I'll put them in their respective colours. And these are going to be points at the end of the game. In the order, some players might take this one and then the last player will take this one. I put them on their bench. Now, because they've drawn this card, they immediately have to roll this dice, like so. And that means they would have to get rid of all their blue cards on their bench if they had any, which luckily they don't. But obviously, as you can probably imagine, as the game goes on, they're going to accumulate more and more cards and eventually lose a bunch of points if they have that colour on their bench. Now, something else you can do on your turn, instead of choosing to create those 3 columns, you can choose to bank a certain colour. So say I wanted to bank my yellows, I would take that card and put it in my kind of bank, and those cards can never be lost by rolling the dice. So those are completely safe, pure points at the end of the game. Points are equal to the number on the card, so that's going to be worth 6 points, 3 points, 4 points, respectively. And that's how the game's going to continue. So if you ever do go bust, so let's say it's this player's go, they keep going, player order changes, they put a 3 there, put a 2 there, got a 2 there, they got a red 1, they're going to put over here, they are going to draw it's not important. Here you go. They busted because they can't place a 2 on any of these columns. Then what they would do is they would discard the card they've just drawn. They would roll the dice themselves and lose all the cards on their bench of that colour. And then all the other players will get to draw or take a column in the order depending on where this is facing. And that's basically how the game works. It just keeps going until the deck runs out. There's 2 kind of different versions of the game you can play. Obviously, you're going to lose the colours of the cards on your bench depending on the dice roll. But if you roll the black one, you can either play that you lose no cards or you lose all your cards to really up the kind of risk that you're going to experience in the game. So I love push your luck games. This one is a really strong one. It just plays so well. It plays really smoothly. The push your luck really does shine through, and it is just what the game is all about. There's a lot of tension there. You can really be clever about how you play the game by such as playing really pushing heavily. For example, if you could put all like the cards on one column and just leave the other players no options to take anything, or you can kind of keep going until maybe all players apart from you have one of these. So you can really kind of shaft them and make sure that they don't have, or they're going to have to roll that dice and potentially lose a lot of points at the end of the game. The game plays really quickly. It takes about 20 minutes, not even that, to play. Really easy to learn. Just very simple, but so much fun, and one that I highly recommend if you do enjoy push your luck games. I think it's a bit harder to get hold of in the UK, but I think in the US you can probably get hold of it quite easily. But yeah, definitely a solid game, one that I definitely recommend, and it gets a very good verdict from me. That's Push by Ravensburger. Definitely want to check out if you like your small games, your family games, your push your luck games, and this one's good to take on like holiday or something as well, because it comes in this nice robust kind of travel case. So that's Push. Go buy it.